Alright, listen up, degenerates of digital crime and chaos. Today we're going full throttle into the games to play while GTA 6 takes its sweet time multiverse. I'm talking hackers, hitmen, neon nightmares, and more drama than a Rockstar earnings call. If you're bored waiting for Rockstar to drop GTA 6 like it's a sacred scroll, don't worry. We've got 10 open-world beasts that scratch that chaotic itch and maybe even tickle it a little harder. This ain't just a list. This is BitCrush certified therapy for every gamer tired of rereading coming soon. Let's dive in. Just Cause 4. Ever wondered what would happen if you gave a man a grappling hook, a wingsuit, and access to industrial-grade weather disasters? You get Just Cause 4, a game that looked at physics and said, nah! You're Rico Rodriguez, the human embodiment of a Red Bull ad, and your entire mission is to liberate the fictional country of Solis by creating the most cinematic explosions known to mankind. Tornadoes? Check. Lightning storms? Yup. Strapping rockets to cows for science? Don't act like you wouldn't. The beauty of Just Cause 4 isn't in its story. I couldn't tell you the plot if you paid me in Chaos coins. It's in the pure, beautiful absurdity. You don't play this game, you detonate it. Want to tie a Jeep to a helicopter and see what happens? Go for it. Build your own roller coaster with tethers? Why not? There are no rules, only glorious, chaotic freedom. It's not polished, it's not subtle. But if you want a sandbox of destruction with a side of tropical dictatorship toppling, this is your adrenaline-infused fever dream. Yakuza Zero. So there I was, expecting some slow-paced, noir-style Mafia game, and instead I got to sing karaoke as a guy who can suplex a street thug into a vending machine. Yakuza Zero is like eating sushi with brass knuckles. Stylish, oddly elegant, but always with a side of violence. You jump between two protagonists, Kiryu and Majima, who are basically the Bruce Wayne and Tony Hawk of Japan's underworld. One moment you're cracking skulls with breakdancing kung fu, the next you're managing a cabaret club or investing in shady real estate. I lost 3 hours once because I got emotionally attached to a chicken I hired as my financial advisor. No regrets. The world? 1980s Tokyo and Osaka dripping with neon sleaze and hidden arcade games. The tone? Shifts between Tarantino-level ultraviolence and the kind of drama that should be sponsored by tissues. While you wait for GTA 6, Yakuza Zero is like a crash course in crime, comedy, and complete cultural whiplash. And yes, you'll start every side quest thinking, what the hell? And end it crying, probably while doing a dance battle. Saints Row Reboot. Okay, I'll say it. The Saints Row reboot caught me off guard. I expected cringe. What I got was chaos with a fresh coat of influencer paint. You're not some grimy gangster anymore. You're a broke Gen Z startup bro trying to franchise crime like it's DoorDash. You assemble your gang called the Saints in the neon-tinged sandbox of Santo Ileso. This place is like a fever dream made of Instagram filters, fireworks, and cactus-shaped gas stations. Yes, the humor is corny. Yes, the story is bonkers. And yes, I loved every ridiculous second. You can wingsuit through billboards, launch yourself from car roofs, and wear a cowboy hat with a mech suit. The customization is so detailed, I spent 40 minutes sculpting my boss's chin dimple. The missions? Half Fast and Furious, half TikTok disaster. 1 minute you're robbing a museum, next you're chasing an armored taco truck while arguing about office perks. Saints Row Reboot doesn't care about being gritty. It cares about fun. And if you're waiting for GTA 6 but need a fix of explosive sandbox mayhem with a shot of absurdity, this is your chaotic espresso shot. Watch Dogs 2. Imagine giving a tech-savvy prankster the keys to San Francisco and telling him, go wild. That's Watch Dogs 2 in a nutshell, and boy does it deliver. You play as Marcus Holloway, hacker, icon, and the only man alive who can crash a city's power grid while wearing the cleanest sneakers in the Bay. The gameplay? Oh, you're hacking everything. Cars, traffic lights, security drones, soda machines. I once set off a police chase by triggering a smart toilet. It's open-world chaos with Wi-Fi, and DedSec is your hacker crew/chaos family. This ain't some brooding cyberpunk mope fest. Watch Dogs 2 has heart, humor, and a whole lot of did I just do that moments. GTA might give you guns, but Watch Dogs 2 lets you ruin someone's life with a smartphone and a skateboard. Seriously, the game's like a tech-savvy cousin of GTA who shows up at family dinner wearing a hoodie and cracking your Alexa. Respect. Los Angeles Noire. So there I am, in a 1940s suit that smells like cigarette ash and moral ambiguity, staring down a suspect who's sweating more than I do during Steam sales. Welcome to LA Noire, the only open-world crime game where your deadliest weapon is eye contact. You play as Cole Phelps, war hero turned detective turned professional eyebrow analyst. The moment you start interrogating suspects, you realize this isn't about spraying bullets. It's about sniffing out lies, scanning facial tics, and deciding whether that twitch means guilty or just had a bad taco. This game is a mood. Jazz echoing in the streets, classic cars roaring down palm-lined boulevards, and a plot thick enough to spread on toast. But don't get too comfy cruising around 1940s LA. LA Noire isn't about causing chaos like GTA. It's about order, damn it. Solving murders, chasing down suspects, and yelling at shady characters who blink too often. It's stylish, serious, and at times hilariously broken when a suspect does a weird little headspin mid-interview. Still, it's a noir-drenched gem. A love letter to a time when detectives didn't need GPS, just a trench coat and repressed trauma. Cyberpunk 2077. You knew this was coming. Cyberpunk 2077, the game that launched with more glitches than Windows ME, then phoenixed its way into being an absolute beast. Night City is like GTA's big brother who dropped out of engineering school to make EDM and date cyborgs. You're V, a mercenary who sees Keanu Reeves in their dreams and solves problems with bullets, code, or blunt trauma. The city? Massive. Like, you'll get lost and forget the main quest. Massive. The storylines? Twisted and brilliant. One time I helped a sentient vending machine start a revolution. Another time let's just say I now have a deep emotional bond with a gun that talks back. The side quests are better than most main campaigns. The customization lets you turn yourself into a chrome-plated war god. And the vibes? Oh man, the vibes are neon-drenched synth heaven. If GTA is the king of modern chaos, Cyberpunk is the glitchy god of future anarchy. And now that it works, it's damn near perfect. Mafia Definitive Edition. Welcome to Mafia Definitive Edition, aka GTA, but everyone wears fedoras and says "see a lot." You're Tommy Angelo, a taxi driver who accidentally stumbles into the mob and goes from meter running to murder running. It's Prohibition-era America, which means jazz, Tommy guns, and cars that handle like boats. But damn, they look good doing it. This remake oozes cinematic drama. Think The Godfather meets LA Noire, but with way more bullets and less lawful behavior. The missions are tight, the city of Lost Heaven is dripping in atmosphere, and the story hits harder than your uncle's moonshine. It's not about side hustles and nonsense. It's about loyalty, betrayal, and surviving in a time when cops didn't even use radios. If you've ever wanted to roleplay as a 1930s gangster with a code of honor and questionable driving skills, this one's for you. Also, fair warning, the cops here will absolutely fine you for speeding. Realism hurts. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Okay, let me set the scene. I'm deep undercover in the middle of Hong Kong's criminal underbelly, wearing a bloody tank top, covered in sweat and regrets, and I just roundhouse kicked a gangster into a seafood stall. That's Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, the game that asks, what if Grand Theft Auto had martial arts and emotional trauma? You play as Wei Shen, a cop who's so deep undercover you start to wonder if he even remembers where he left his badge. This isn't your typical go here shoot that crime game. Nah, Sleeping Dogs throws you into a neon-lit playground of chaos where combat isn't about guns first. It's about fists, feet, and using the environment to commit creative felony-level beatdowns. That's right, you can slam a guy's face into an air conditioning unit mid-combo. Therapy? Never heard of her. And let's talk atmosphere. Hong Kong in this game is vibrant, loud, and strangely intimate. You're not just driving through it, you're absorbing it. From back alley brawls to Market Street noodles, every corner has something going on. Street racing, cockfighting rings, yes really, karaoke bars where I shamelessly belted Cantopop like my PS4 mic was a Grammy mic. This world breathes, sweats, and sometimes stabs you with a broken umbrella. The driving is fast and reckless. The story is surprisingly emotional. Ways torn loyalties actually get to you. And the action feels like a playable John Woo flick. You've got slick takedowns, cinematic slow-mo shootouts, and yes, you can dive over cover like a budget action movie star. But a good one, like a Jackie Chan movie where everyone's having a really bad day. And since it's the definitive edition, you get all the DLC bundled in, including a Halloween zombie expansion. Because sure, nothing says undercover cop like undead kung fu. Bottom line, if you're tired of crime games where you just shoot, drive, and forget, Sleeping Dogs gives you something different. Heart, fists, betrayal, and a Hong Kong that punches you back. Red Dead Redemption 2. You want a break from city chaos while waiting for GTA 6? Say no more, partner. Red Dead Redemption 2 is GTA with horses, heartbreak, and hygiene systems. Yes, you can grow a beard in real time and wash your pits. You play as Arthur Morgan, a morally complicated outlaw with the voice of gravel and a heart of gold, or maybe rust. The game's a slow burn, but once you're in, it's like falling into a whiskey barrel full of existential dread. There's gunplay, train heists, and bar fights, but there's also fishing with old men, writing in journals, and staring at sunsets while crying to banjo music. The world? Immense. Every bush, swamp, and shivering mountain peak looks like it was hand-painted by nature's most depressed cowboy. I once spent 30 minutes just grooming my horse after a shootout. That's the vibe. You feel everything. Hunger, guilt, frostbite, the economy collapsing around you. It's not just a game. It's a meditation retreat that ends in gunfire. And if you can't wait for GTA 6, RDR 2 is Rockstar reminding you they're still the kings of immersive open-world drama. Mad Max. Picture this, a sun-scorched wasteland, roving warbands and rusted murder mobiles, and you, Max, armed with a double barrel and enough trauma to fill a therapist's clipboard. Welcome to Mad Max, where gasoline is currency and punching a guy into barbed wire is the opening handshake. This game is brutal. The combat is raw, the driving is violent, and the entire world feels like it was designed by someone who watched Fury Road 300 times and said, let's add more spikes. Your car, the magnum opus, isn't just your ride. It's your best friend, your weapon, and your reason to survive. You upgrade it piece by scavenged piece, ramming bars, harpoons, flame pipes, until it looks like a Batmobile went through a midlife crisis. And the open world? It's a wasteland opera. Abandoned fortresses, sandstorms that will wreck you, and twisted survivors offering cryptic monologues. The game makes you earn everything. You want water? Fight for it. Ammo? Pray? Peace? Mad Max might not have the polish of some AAA open-world games, but its sheer atmosphere and commitment to tone make it unforgettable. It's grimy, it's gritty, and it absolutely deserves a place in the apocalypse-loving corner of your PS5 hard drive. There you have it. 10 crime-soaked, chaos-fueled, morally questionable open-world games to play while Rockstar keeps GTA 6 in the oven like it's a Thanksgiving turkey wrapped in secrecy. We went from high-tech hackers in San Francisco to undercover brawlers in Hong Kong, sleuths in 1940s LA, and sand-scarred maniacs in the desert. And if you made it this far, congrats! You're now officially an honorary BitCrush outlaw. Now, here's the deal. Smash that like button like it owes you Stimpack money. Drop your favorite game from this list in the comments, or fight me on why Rico Rodriguez is basically video game Michael Bay. And if you haven't subscribed yet, buddy, we just spent 3,000 words together. Don't ghost me now. Catch you in the next one, legends. Keep your controllers charged, your wanted levels high, and your sanity just slightly below the HUD. BitCrush out.